Sports Jazz, thank you so much for tuning in. Josh and Isaac, we are back, baby, streaming live. Glory, glory, Man United. That's the signature, Josh. Never forget. Glory, glory, Man
Yeah.
United. What up, what up? How is
100%,
everyone?
100%.
How are you, Josh?
I'm
How are
good.
you,
I'm
Josh?
good.
Good news
I'm good.
today.
I'm good. How are
Interesting
you? Yeah.
times.
Very
Evening. I
good
mean,
news.
I don't know what time it is that side, but it's 7:30 p.m. right here, and I'm all joyed up.
Well,
We are bringing in kids.
it's always a good thing when you get some from the village, babe. So I mean, yeah, we just got to.
Well, at least we are not yet monetized. So, guys, that is not me. Anyhow, Sports Jazz, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Isaac, Josh, we are back, baby. And Man United making news again today, right now, this very moment as we speak. A few hours ago, United signed Ayden Heaven from Arsenal. That is another steal, just like we did with Chido Obi Martin. It turns out he was offered a new contract, but he turned it down. And Ayden Heaven is set to follow Chido Obi Martin in leaving Arsenal for Man United. He's 18 years old. He's a centre back, left-footed. He's been playing for the under 21 at Arsenal, and it looks like he's that signing. It looks like he's that kid that is going to walk straight into the team. Josh, he's saying, 22 September 2006, 18 years old. That's his birth date. Sorry, I'm just a bit too excited. How are you excited, Josh, about Ayden Heaven? And by that, we also have Patrick Dorgu.
Well,
It looks like we are closing in £26 million plus a 6.3 is a fee in add-ons, is a fee that is being considered right now. But let's first rewind it back. We shall come back later for the remix. Ayden Heaven, Josh.
yeah. You can actually only hope that it is a match Ayden Heaven, because this is a boy who is very technically gifted. He played his early football for West Ham, and when he was dropped by West Ham at the time, he was playing as a forward. He came looking for where to ply his trade in all the places in London. I mean, he had a few trials at almost every club in London, and at the time, joining Arsenal was a dream come true for him. So he went to Arsenal, but his technical qualities were just too much, and he played in so many various positions before the coaches there guided him to play as a defender. And he's not your ordinary defender. He's a very athletic footballer. He's very strong. He's I won't stop to say that his technical qualities are out of this world. He plays. He's very comfortable on the ball. He plays the ball from the back. He can ghost away from tight spaces, but he's just developing. And for Manchester United, it's not like in the past before the Brexit, when United could go and raid academies all over Europe, at Real Madrid, at Barcelona, at Atletico Madrid, at Atalanta, for maybe Amada Diallo, and bring them on to develop in the academy at United. Right now, the rules have changed, and it has made it very important for clubs in the UK to actually do more scouting in the UK. And United has already showed that in trying to shape and strengthen the future of of United, they can go and get at least the best of the players in England. And they've just gone to Arsenal and gotten Chido Obi Martin in the summer. And his friend Ayden Heaven has followed suit. And he's signed for Manchester United, not as an academy player. He has been considered as a senior first team player. So
That
I
is right.
do hope that Ayden Heaven will be an understudy to Lisandro Martinez at left, as a left-sided centre back, and he might just be the player to usher in Goodwill Kukonki, who is only 16 years old, but he's highly admired by the manager. He could
Correct.
just bridge the gap for that kid coming into the senior team.
Well, I'm just excited, very, very excited. And I like the project, Josh. I like the project. We're going in for players below 25 years. That is very, very, very interesting. At least not like the other bald guy who Ziad is always talking about, who
Ed
brought his.
Woodward.
No, I'm talking about
Yeah.
Eric Ten Hag.
I don't know who you're talking about because Eric Ten Hag does not have the power to bring in people at Manchester United.
Oh,
He
yes,
can
but he did
only
recommend Josh. I don't know why you never agree to this. We have
no
Tyrell
because
Malacia. Man, let's not, you know what? How old is Tyrell Malacia? I think he's around 25.
22,
Tyrell
bro,
Malacia.
bro, bro.
Oh
It's
my
just
God.
in your
What a
head.
shame.
It's
What a
just in your
shame.
head. Eh?
What a shame. If that is correct, Josh,
Is
what a shame.
22
I
or
mean,
23? You can
oh
check
my
it out
God.
like real quick.
That is so sad. By the time we bring in Diego Leon, then we also get Ayden
Yeah,
Heaven.
but I mean,
That's,
for a
I
player
mean,
who has
that means,
struggled,
yeah, he
for a
has
player
struggled.
who has
And even
struggled,
for the few chances, not even few chances, for the time he's been given to prove himself, he's still bang average.
what time has he been given?
What time?
Can we
The
go
little
back to
time
the
he's been
lighter
given.
note?
Come on, Toby
Can
Collier.
we
How
go
many
back to
minutes
the
were given
lighter
to
note?
Toby Collier for him to make an impact? Anyhow, once
And
again, guys, please do subscribe.
Toby Collier was out for 18 months,
No,
injured
Josh.
with 3 operations on his knee.
No, 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 Josh. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Of course, it
It,
matters.
it doesn't matter, Josh. It doesn't matter. But this is what I'm saying, Josh. It looks like, as I keep saying, interesting times ahead because you have kids like Toby Collier, Alejandro Garnacho, you have Ahmad Diallo. I'm going to put Manuel Ugarte too. He's 25, but I'll put him in the same bracket. Then you have Sekou Kone. You have Chido Obi Martin, again, who's being integrated slowly by slowly into first team training at Carrington. Now you have Patrick Dorgu, who's likely to join. At least 80% shows he's almost joining Man United. You have Ayden Heaven, who has just signed. You have Diego Leon. You have which other kid am I
Silva
playing?
Mexes, Cameron Mpofu, Dante Plunkett.
Harry
There's a
Mas,
number of kids.
Harry Amas,
Yeah.
sorry. Very many. I
Harry
mean, the
Amos has
future is
been
bright.
there. James Overy. I mean, the ones that the club has signed for better times for United.
No, no, I'm putting them all
There's quite
together,
many.
same age bracket, just to show you the kind of picture that I want to put. I mean, in terms of age, I think it's something. If this is what Ineos is trying to do, much as I blame them, if this is what Ineos is trying to do, if this is what they are trying to cook, I do understand, and I also understand all players that are coming in right now. Amorim has a say.
Yeah.
I
But he
give
does
him a
not
list
have
and
a
he
veto.
picks.
He
No, he
does not
doesn't
have
have,
a
but he has a
veto.
say. He will say yes, I need him, or no. If they
Of
bring him, they
course.
bring him at his own, rather on their own.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
you would never know that. You
he's
would
very
never
much
know that.
interested in Patrick Dogu. You know that, right?
Yes, yeah, I do. But what I'm saying is, you will never know that because, as it happens in football, we often blame bad signing on the management of the club, or that's if we don't like the management of the club, and a
Mm,
good signing for the manager. That is if we like the manager, and vice versa if the case is different.
mm.
So you can never know that.
Well, let's wait and see how things are going to be. But I'm very much, anyway, I'm very much excited that we're getting deals done. We only have a few days left to close the Jan window. It's been a bit frustrating, you know. It's been a bit frustrating because we haven't signed. I'm worried when it comes to the final third. Our attackers, Josh. It's very. We have a player who has a touch of Lukaku Bongoli. That is Rasmus Højlund, and he worries me every time he's on the pitch and trying to control the ball. It's like he's wearing a Timberland shoe. So that worries me a bit. It worries me a bit. It's a bit
Bro.
scary. But again,
Yeah, it is. It
he
is.
can't
It
buy
is
the hold
scary.
up. Holding up, Joshua Zaxi does a better job when it comes to holding up the ball or holding on to the ball, you know, beating off defenders and all that. But although when it comes to finishing, I think Rasmus cuts it, but he needs a lot of chances to do that. a lot of chances. You can imagine he's around 22 years old, but I didn't even put him in the other fold of the players that I was talking about. Why? Because I want him to be shipped out. Thank you, Eric Ten Hag. Good job. You go. Why? Why are you pausing? Because I mentioned Eric Ten Hag.
No, I have chosen to actually walk away from that conversation. I shall not be a
Sinan,
participant
what up? What
of
up? What up? What
on
up?
that conversation anymore.
We're good. We're good. Sinan, I don't know whether you've heard
Yo,
the
what
news
up?
that
What up, Sinan?
we've signed players, or rather, we've snatched another player from Arsenal. And I think Chido Obi was telling him, bro, come this side. Things are very good. He was in the stands. Uh, the game at Old Trafford against Rangers. He was in the
Yeah,
stands.
his
But
contract ended, and it was up to him to sign a professional contract with Arsenal or go elsewhere, and he chose to go elsewhere. And the thing that I like about the boy is he's not an Arsenal kid through and through. He has had tests in his early development. I mean, he was at West Ham, he was dropped, he had to fight again to make it somewhere. He went on these very many different trials, and he ended up at Arsenal. So I mean, at least maybe he has a fight in him.
well, hopefully, he turns out to be a great player. Hopefully, we have. Look at what Sinan is saying. Arsenal is Manchester United's academy. Sinan with clowning Arsenal. You're always clowning Arsenal, but yeah, it's very good. It's interesting to have deals getting done. It's very, very much interesting, and I can't wait. I can't wait to have the kid. I can't wait to see him join United. I can't wait for Patrick Dorgu. It looks like by tomorrow we will be finalizing that deal too, and it's good stuff, Josh. It's good stuff. Positivity. I like the direction, but at some point, I blame Ineos of how things have been handled, Josh. I mean,
At what point?
you hire a technical or a sporting director just after a few months, even less than 6 months, is it? You fire him. You
Yeah,
that
should
is
you stay with the?
wait,
Should you
that
stay
is
with
money.
him?
But the money wasted, the time, the energy, they put in just to recruit him to get him from Newcastle, Josh. Then you have tickets also rising. I saw a clip of fans trying to scold him and throw insults at him somewhere. I think it was outside after the game of what game was it? After the Fulham game, which I think wasn't really, really interesting. It was an ugly scene. But I mean, you have tickets also getting. I'm not saying tickets shouldn't go up, but the timing, Josh. I know you have to cut.
What
United needs to
timing?
find a way. The timing of everything, Josh. You're chasing
I
away
don't
players, or rather,
understand.
you're cutting off employees. Those that have been working from home, those ones I do agree. Then the legends thing, that trust fund for, is it legends or something like
You're
that?
just correcting the wrongs. You're just correcting the wrongs that have been at the club for so long. I mean, the club almost was in a vacuum ever since Sir Alex Ferguson and David
I
Gay left
agree.
the club.
I
So, I
agree.
mean, now that Ineos has come in, they've started to look at things that could be done to make sure the future of the club is bright, and the product on the pitch is attractive again. And you're not going to do this when you're playing nice. You're going to have to ruffle some feathers, but Ineos has showed that if ruffling some feathers is the right way to do things, and so be it. We shall continue to do this, at least for the good of the way we see the progress of the club, which is a good thing for me. I don't have a problem. I have no qualms about it.
No, I do, I do. Honestly, I do. Not 100%, but I do in some bits. They're a
Because the
bit shady,
ticket
but I like.
prices, the ticket prices at United are not the highest in
That is
England,
correct.
and
That is correct.
that is one. And secondly, all the clubs in the league are raising their price tickets.
And for that, you agree with
I
them
mean, you
raising.
know, to meet the times that are changing, these
Mm.
things have to be done. Yes, it might not be good at the time, but they have to be done. And why wait for the club to sink when you actually have a share in the club, and you can manage their affairs to make sure that the club remains afloat? It
Yo,
might be a few difficult years, but yeah, United will be great again.
well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. But I see breaking news coming in is that Ruben Amorim's relationship with Marcus Rashford has broken down to the extent that United head coach only speaks to the player when addressing the squad generally. They are no longer on speaking terms at Man United with each other. That is as per Jamie Jackson. I think we saw. I told you that
That is not
response.
even
That
breaking news.
response.
Well, how
No,
is that breaking news? As in, guys just want to make news. Of course, I mean, we thought that even before we knew about his breaking news. So really, he's
we need
not breaking
goals,
nothing.
and we have done in this window. That's what I was talking about, Josh. That's what I was. We are buying defenders, but up front
Yeah,
we suck. We have
yeah.
Rasmus
Maybe
Hoyland, who has a
maybe
Lukaku
we've
touch,
not
very fake, and
maybe
Joshua
we've not
Zaxi,
gotten
maybe we've what? We've not what?
maybe we've not gotten the right players in those positions, so we don't want to make a hasty decision to just sign a player for the sake of it, because we're looking at finding a solution in
Mm.
up front. We shall get the right player for that position. I know we shall. We've not addressed the left back position for 2 seasons. 2 seasons we've not addressed the left back position.
And
So
have you seen the
if we're
impact,
if
the
we're
negative impact,
on
the negative impact of us not having a left back? Do you see how we
exactly, so
struggle?
what I'm saying is
So we
if
shouldn't be doing that. So I agree with Noel. We should be getting players right now, Josh. But I also agree with you when saying we don't have the right currently. Maybe there are no right players because you're not going to go in for. I would like to take Isak, but the Newcastle is not going to allow you to take their player right now when they're also fighting, trying so hard to get European football next season. If there's any chance, that will be in the summer transfer window. But right now, I don't see any player that is going to come cheaply or at a negotiable price. Even if it's Yokeres, you go to Sporting Lisbon now, they will tell you 80 million pounds. Yet in the summer, you could come for even 60 or 50 something. Yosh, by the way, I see United okay improving in every game, and the problem of goals is going. No, Sinan, I don't think it's going to get solved very soon. I don't think it's going to get solved very soon.
it will be solved. What I was trying to tell you is we've not addressed the back three position for a very long time, and if things have fallen in place and
Mm.
we've gotten players who can actually come and fill the gap, we get the players.
Well, I don't see players that are going to come filling that guys, rather players that are going to come in the. I mean, strikers. I don't see anyone on the market right now, honestly speaking. And which team is going to give you their players just like that? So yeah, we are still going to uh Nesh. Understand we're in for Nkunku, but I don't really rate Nkunku. So he was very well doing the other side, rather while he was the other side, he was doing so good. But the problem is, to me, is injury prone. And you know, if the Premier League
Yeah,
says
but
no,
if you're
it
getting
says
him
no.
on loan, if you're getting him on loan and you because you're giving Chelsea a solution and you find that Chelsea is paying the 80% of his wages, I mean,
Mm.
then that is a very good deal. You can have him. You can have him. If he's fit for 2 months, those are about 8 to 10 games. That is good enough.
I see Noel also saying Nkunku on loan for the rest of the season will be a good move. If he stays fit,
Yeah.
he's very good. He's a good player, but I'm not disputing that he's not a good player. I'm just worried that he would come this side and right away enter the sick bay. Very quick, make friends with Luke Shaw. You know, I'm worried about that.
Mason Mount.
Very soon they would have a WhatsApp group. So That worries me. I don't want to see that happening, Josh. I do not want to see that happening again. Sports Just, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Yeah, Josh. So that's how our team is right now. That's how our currently transfer business. That's how we are standing. It looks like we are investing so much in the young bloods. We've talked about them. Ganacho looks like he's not going to go to Napoli. I understand Napoli has placed his news coming in says they won't go past 42 million pounds, and I'm like, shove it up under your, wherever. That is too little for a player. There's a player called, is it Dribbling in Southampton? He goes
Dibbling.
for Dibbling 55 50. That's the price tag, and you're telling me you want to get Ganacho for 42? What a joke, man. Ganacho should be for 70. 75, let him go. No, seriously, that's okay. You can't tell me Dibbling is 55 and Ganacho
Yo,
is
who are
only.
you robbing? Actually, for me, I think the true valuation of Ganacho would be 40 million.
Kaiser, what up, Kaiser? What up, Kaiser? UG, Kaiser.
For Dibbling, about 25. 20.
Sorry? Who, Dibbling?
I believe the true valuation of Ganacho should be around 40 to 50 million pounds.
No,
And
Josh. 70
and
million pounds.
Dibbling about 20, 25.
Dibbling 17.8 is enough. Seriously. I don't know why they're
Hey Kaiser.
Kaiser, what up? Yo, but Josh, yeah, so I think Napoli is going to pull out. There is no way they're coming in for Garnacho. And I also understand the player also wants to stay. It's because he had that time. You remember that bit when he was wasting, fluffing chances, being selfish, not passing the ball. Then the other guy who went and recorded himself, then told him, pass the ball, do this and that, scored the goal, failed to celebrate. So he had that moment, but it looks like Marcus Rashford has taken away or took away all the attention, to everything to himself. And what are we going to do with
For
Marcus
me,
Rashford, Josh? It looks like
for
he's
me,
not going.
first of all, on Ganacho, I don't think I would butter lead if United did get some money for him, because in this 3-4-3 formation, I don't see Ganacho flourishing. He can always be a bench player, but he cannot flourish in this side. He cannot play as an inside 10. He will. He doesn't have the technical ability to play as an inside 10. He's a very good player, but that's if you're playing him as a direct player, or you're willing to wait for a couple of years for him to learn new things and he integrates himself as an inside 10. Other than that, I don't see. With the Marcus Rashford, just let the kid go.
Well,
But he doesn't have suitors, so
exactly. That's what I was
we
going to
hope
say.
that his representatives find a solution. They find
They are hawking
someone to
him.
take him.
They are hawking him
Yeah, they
around.
are
They are going
hawking
to
him all
Milan.
over
They are going to
Europe.
Dortmund. They are going to
They are
your
hawking him
team,
all over Europe,
Barcelona.
but no one seems to be interested. And I don't know why he thinks that he still has a chance with
And no team is going to give him
England.
the amount of money United is giving him. I'm telling you, no
No,
team is
there are
going to.
teams that can give him, but they may not even pay that much to Manchester United. We might just get
Which
30
team is going
million.
to be paying him 325
We might get
per
30
week?
million from Saudi Arabia, and he goes and
There is no way.
he gets
There
that
is no way.
money.
There is no way he's
I
going to
don't
Saudi
know why
Arabia.
he thinks that he still has a chance to play for England.
Oh, by the way, that too, he doesn't have a chance. Well, they are very good
And
friends. The same WhatsApp group: Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho. Who is this guy?
Anthony Martial,
No.
Mudrik,
The one who is in Korea right now, Lingard.
and Lingard.
That's the same WhatsApp group. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and
So it
Pogba
makes
is
sense.
admin.
And I saw, by the way, did you see what Pogba? He tweeted something yesterday. Also posted it on his Instagram. Him and I don't know who he was. It I don't remember the player. And it's like he's saying, like we should call him out, bro. We don't want that negative energy. Noel says,
But I think he has matured now. I would love to see him.
no, but not
I
at
would love
United.
to
I'd
see
love to
him
see
now.
him, but not at United. He's toxic. He's toxic. Not at Man United, Josh.
Maybe
No,
he
well, I agree
changed.
with you. I agree with Noah when he says Obi Martin start, give him 20 minutes at the here. From what I understand, he's been
They're preparing him for that.
slowly by slowly, he's being prepared, integrated into the first team training. But I don't know why, because we have FA Cup, or rather, we have, yeah, coming
No,
up
they
very soon.
say, yo, the boy
I
is
think we'll be
16
playing
years
against
old, and
Youngster.
playing in that environment is very different to playing in the senior team. I mean, you have to be a certain type of player for you to be able to walk into the team. If he
Mm,
were at a smaller club and he was already
like
playing at
Arsenal.
16 years old, yeah, and he was all Liverpool, and he was already playing at 16 years old, then it would be much easier for him to come to the glamour at
Wait, you said
Manchester
all
United,
Liverpool?
and yeah, he can be able to come to the to Manchester United's glamour and maybe get a starting place. But from his record, he looks like he's that boy. He looks like he has goals in him. He can do the right things. But I do understand that secret training sessions with the first team have been prepared for Chido Obi Martin's benefit, and
Correct.
the staff is taking a very close, keen eye on his progress. I think he will come at the right time. He will come at the right time. He will come and play because the guys that we do have are not scoring goals.
J United, what up, what up, what up,
What
what
up?
up?
What
It's
up,
been a while.
legend? What up?
J United.
We good. I'm good.
I'm
I'm
not going
good.
to remind you about the Brighton game because I know wherever you were, you wanted to be swallowed by the crowd. So, but let's look at the positives. Rangers, he just beat barely, by the way, barely. That was a poor performance against Fulham, but still, at least you got the job done. You got the job done. Then Fred Kaiser is saying, I think you guys are Man United fans. Not so. We are
Me, I'm a
football
football
fans.
fan.
But no, I'm a
I'm
Man
a
United
football
fan. I'm
fan.
not going to lie. If you
No,
want to
I'm a
see
football
Josh's,
fan. But
but
most football fans are Man United fans.
and Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans,
well, well. But Kaiser,
uh,
you're welcome. You're welcome, though.
yo, Kaiser, yeah, you're
Just
welcome. By the way,
subscribe.
big time.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. We always then J United says Dog is almost done. I guess. Did you see him in Crystal Palace game? No, I didn't watch him. By the way, I didn't watch him. But I'm happy.
Who?
The
Dogu.
Dogu Crystal Palace was were they playing against Lich?
In what? In what? In what?
I don't know.
No,
Did you see him in the Crystal Palace game? No, I don't know. I didn't watch
no.
him to be honest, because I know he's the other side in Italy, right?
Yeah.
That's where he is. And Crystal Palace is not in any European competition.
Yep.
Yeah, not in the Conference League, not even in the Europa League. So, God, it's Crystal Palace.
I mean, if they're not in the Conference League, how would they even ever make it to the
Sancho,
Europe?
Rashford, Dele Ali, Jesse. Yeah, thank you. That's the WhatsApp group. That's the same WhatsApp group.
I
You
know.
know, they're all together.
And Sancho, so Sancho created the group, so I mean, he has some.
Who he's the admin. That's what you're trying to say.
Not even
I'm also
just the
here.
admin, but he has the tendencies of taking his ball away from other people when they are playing.
J United. Yeah, that's correct. He's a first team. He's a
Yeah,
first
he's
team player.
considered a first team player,
That
and
is
since
correct.
he's a left-sided center back, he will be an understudy to Lisandro Martinez as we wait on Goodwill Kukonki to develop. Because Goodwill Kukonki is a guy who is
Oh,
highly
weird.
admired
There's
by
that kid
Ruben
too,
Amorim.
Josh.
Yeah,
But has he played yet? No. He has
no,
only
he's
featured on the
16.
bench. He has only
No,
featured.
he's yes, he
No, he has
has
only.
been.
Yeah, I think he featured on the bench once.
He's been selected in the squad, but he continues to
Train.
be involved in the training.
Oh, Lisandro Martinez, the butcher. That man, he was he was executing. He played so well over the weekend. You know, ask who is this huge guy, Josh?
Adama.
Adama. Ask Adama. They kept on trolling each other on Instagram to the extent that Manuel Ugarte also chipped in and also trolled Adama. Lika called him Boso. Go back to the gym, Boso. I'm an Arsenal. That is Sinan. Don't let lightning
Yeah, my
strike you
man.
right now. Anyway, yeah. Oh, J United is saying, I mean, our next. No, 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 no. But he's been
Oh,
playing
no,
the
no,
other
no,
side. He
no,
played
no.
over the weekend, Josh. But I don't see him
Yeah, but
playing.
that whole,
I
that
don't see
whole
him playing.
flights and stuff and signing and the change,
But
you know,
let me tell. Did
his
you
whole
see the game,
family
the Man City
went
game?
to Italy.
Both signings joined right away, just after a day of training or 2 days of training. Mamouche
Yeah, yeah,
started
yeah.
the game.
It's
Uh,
possible.
the
Yeah,
other guy from Uzbek also started the game. So Bruno Fernandes, you remember, he started the game
yeah.
against Everton and even I think he created an assist.
He
Did he
scored.
score? He scored, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe who knows? If he's good, then he can start. If he's
I
in
hope
the
they
right mind,
finalize.
state
If
of
they
mind.
finalize the deal tonight, then he
Mm.
can be in contention for that game.
And it's still too early, by the
But
way.
if
They should
it's
be
like
finalizing.
Thursday, it might be too far.
They should be. There's rumors of just there's rumors of Casemiro also being wanted by in Italy. I think by Roma, AS Roma, but it's just that they are worried about his salary. But he's the highest earning player right now, currently at Manchester United.
Yeah,
So
thanks to Arnold and Mato.
and who else?
Just the two.
No, Josh. Okay, Baldy. I'll just say that. At least if I said Baldy, you don't you leave him out. Oh man, Patrick Dorgu is really picking up pace. I see things here. A deal has been agreed in principle. Yep, a deal has been agreed in principle for around 30 million pounds, including add-ons. Positive talks are continuing. Yeah, but it looks like he's coming. He's coming home. I say he's coming home. After all, he's really interested in joining Man United. So that's a very good thing. That's a very good thing. And we are playing Crystal Palace, Josh. They lost
A
over the
very
weekend.
difficult team. A very
Very,
difficult
very difficult.
team.
They always bully us. Actually, all teams have been bullying us. Do you know how many times Brighton has beaten us in the last 3 seasons?
5.
Oh my God, it's embarrassing. Very, very
Yeah,
embarrassing.
5. But
Very
on the
embarrassing.
when you look on the brighter side, it is things like the signing of the impending signing of Patrick Dogu and the signing of Ayden Heaven, of Lenny Yoro, the signing of Chido Obi Martin, Samuel Lusale. These are the things that give you a bit of hope that maybe Ineos knows one or two things that they are doing right
But
for the
anyway, yeah,
club to come back.
great negotiations
So
from Man United and the whole team. Omar Berada, Christopher Vivel. It's good to know that they are working day and night to close deals, especially like the deal
I
for
know J
Dogu.
United. I didn't really get what Ferdinand said, but you can help and throw some light on what exactly he said. I know that most of these ex players, it's their opinions, but because they did play for United, their opinions tend to carry some weight because of how we feel about them and having known them as footballers. But at the end of the day, sometimes they just their opinions are not that valid.
No, no, I only watched him say that he was talking about, I think, Marcus Rashford. For
I
someone
think
to
about
question,
Marcus Rashford too. Yeah,
yeah, he said for someone to question your application, to question you giving 100% for the team, saying you are lacking effort and taking shortcuts that are damning. Rather, that's a damning comment. There is no way back for Marcus Rashford.
yeah. I don't see any problem in that.
Dog is already at United because even the Denmark coach supported the move. The move.
Yeah, let the boy come in. Let the boy come in. I wish that he plays on Sunday against Crystal Palace, because if we've gotten the boy here, we shouldn't be wasting time.
And if it's true, and it was me, I'm coming out against Blading, holding a press conference saying Do you know what he said? I don't know whether this is
No.
the comment. I'm trying to look.
Yeah,
But
that that might be
he
it.
was talking about Marcus Rashford. I think that's the comment. He
Yeah.
said,
What it is?
uh, uh, Rio Ferdinand on Amarim's comments on or comment on Rashford. He said, if it's true, and it was me, he said that, or he said that about, I'm coming out all guns blazing. I'm holding a press conference and saying I'm having no one chat about me. Yeah, something about me. And
But you see, he
in
can
other
say
words, he's
that.
saying if it were him, he would have also, I mean, held a press conference, go out all attack against Ruben Amorim.
Yeah, he's saying that with hindsight of what Cristiano Ronaldo did. But
That
Rio Ferdinand also missed a drugs test. I didn't see any press conference at that time. He would have come out
ouch,
guns
Josh.
blazing, clarifying what happened. But he never came out. We've just learned of what really happened so many years after he has retired from football. And actually, that was not a very big scandal at the
Let me
time
check how many
from his
minutes
point
are
of
these.
view. I'm
How many?
telling you, from
I
his
have to take out this,
no, from
upload
his
it on
point of view.
Twitter,
No, bro,
then
bro.
tag Rio Ferdinand.
Please
That
tag
is a
him.
low
Please
blow.
tag
Come
him.
on.
Yeah, please tag him. I mean, I don't really understand that. I know that the times now are different. Like he's seen Cristiano Ronaldo sit down with PS Morgan and say a lot of rubbish about the club, adulterating Man United. But he never in his time he never did come out, hold a press conference, tell the press conference that the FA was chasing him, they were after him. He actually was going for dinner with a friend of his and stuff like that. So I mean,
Josh
he
Wallen.
should, he
Wallen. Where
should
is?
rest his laurels.
I say I have to. We have to chop this out.
Bruv, no, I mean, that's just it.
Peace. What up? What up, Josh?
Hey, peace. Hey, peace. Hey, peace.
Keep winning.
Maybe
It's
I
a
got
good.
too
It's a good.
excited there.
It's a good sight. Not the usual whining. Jay United say keep streaming until here we go. Let's celebrate together. You mean
That's
Dogu?
true, bro. Yeah,
Let's keep
Dogu.
it on. Let's keep the fire
We
burning.
all,
Let's
we
keep the
all, we
fire
all, we
burning.
all.
Then that the Danish coach said that if an offer comes, Dogu just has to think once. Well, that is good to know.
Yeah, because it's
Sports Jazz,
Manchester
please
United. It's very
subscribe, turn on the
difficult.
notifications. Yeah, just so anyway, yeah, I think that's the comment. That's because I see people are really mad at him. One said this is very disappointing coming from Rio Ferdinand.
I
Then one
know,
said these people
and
ain't
those
too
are the guys.
intelligent. Are they? They want the
No.
rather they wanna back the manager until he touches their favorite. Oh, I
Yeah,
understand but that is true.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Rashford
yeah,
is
yeah.
English. He's a
Yeah.
youth boy, came through the youth ranks of
I told
Manchester
you what
United.
happens when Maguire does falter. I mean, you can actually watch the game, and at halftime, even when Maguire did make a mistake, you see a guy like Tim Sherwood trying so much to blame someone else who was nearest to Maguire. He can actually throw in something like uh, the guy had to talk to him. The communication is poor. Where the leaders in the team, someone had to have told Maguire to that there was a guy behind him. Anyway, man, it's just crazy. It's crazy like that. But like I told you, not all their opinions are valid. It's just that we have an attachment to them because we enjoyed them as footballers at the club. But yeah, I mean, you can be a good footballer and a very terrible pundit or coach.
I think it's just entitlement, as you said. This player, you remember, you know how when we signed, when Ineos announced that Ten Hag had left, I think 2-3 days after they announced Ruben Amorim was coming. Do you remember what Scholes said?
Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah, yeah,
said
yeah.
about the formation. In
Yeah,
other
about
words,
the
he said United
formation.
is a
United
traditionally
is a
a
4-4-2 team
4-4-2, blah
traditionally.
blah blah.
What
That won't work.
tradition is that?
He's still stuck in the old age, So that
Yeah.
explains it. I don't know how I would say. I don't know how I've said this, but player needs to learn a few things from Harry Maguire. By the way, Maguire has
Yeah,
never
yeah.
said shit. He
No,
was pushed out of the club
First
by
Leaf said shit.
managers, by pundits, by everything, but
The
he
only
just by fans. He kept his mouth shut and look. I
He
mean, look
did
at the
say
results.
something when he scored for England and pulled that celebration. But for me, Harry Maguire is the best example for when things are not going
He's
right
undroppable
on
right now.
what to do,
Mm.
to get yourself in the best shape. I don't like the fact that his parents were coming at every media outlet and talking all these things about leave Maguire alone. But you understand that these are parents and they feel a duty to protect their son, even if he's a big man who is married with kids. But Harry Maguire himself is actually been very exemplary. I understand he trains very well. I mean, he's not the most talented footballer. He's the footballer that not every manager at the club would want to keep, but because of his attitude, you can actually work with him.
He's a excuse me. He's a player who has acted and behaved so well. Even when asked last time, I remember he said, "Yeah, I was going through those times, but I just kept my head down, just trained more, focused more." And right now, in every time he's on, yes, forget about that goal against Rangers. Again, I insist. Yes, maybe he should have done more, but he was pushed. It could have been a foul. Someone
Yeah,
could have,
but
But anyway, he's
you
done
gotta
so
be
well, Josh. He's
stronger
done
though.
incredibly well, and it's more of redemption for himself. But if you have players like Marcus Rashford himself, remember he called Henry Winter for that interview, said whatever he said without
Yeah,
prepping or informing the club, not even the manager.
he
You
didn't
know,
have to
he
inform the club.
blindsided them. That was wrong. That was
No,
very,
he
very
didn't have to
wrong.
inform the club. For me, I don't
Not
think that I
not if
took
you're going to talk
offense.
shit, Josh.
I don't think I took offense in Marcus Rashford not having informed the club.
I
I
did
took
because
offense.
we had a game coming on.
I took offense in Marcus Rashford having said what he said. I didn't care, he informed the club or not. But I mean, he did come out on a press conference telling the world on what he wants to do next. I mean, Marcus Rashford should just have knocked on the door and told Ruben Amorim, I think I'm living in John. I'm not ready for this.
Well, we all thought he's going to be leaving very soon. We had his brother swinging trench coats everywhere, flying on the trains, going to Barcelona, Milan, then German for Borussia Dortmund, and all
I
that.
don't know why the guy is using trains. He's not going to find a suitor in a distance of a train. That guy should be getting
But it looks like no
on
one
a,
wants him, and
or
he's
he should
likely
be
to
getting
stay.
on maybe a military aircraft and heading to the US. I mean,
Don't be surprised if he goes to. Do you remember what Napoli did to the Nigerian Victor?
Osimhen.
Yeah, after what
Mm.
but anyway, with Victor it was different because he didn't come out and say whatever, all that stuff. But I remember he was
Rashford
pushed
is done.
to
Rashford is
Turkey.
done.
So now,
Rashford is
if he
done.
has no suitors this in this window closes, I'm telling you, it's either Saudi Arabia because he has to keep playing. It's either Saudi Arabia or Turkey. Let him go join Mourinho, Fenerbahce.
Rashford is done.
There's even
I don't think Mourinho can
Besiktas.
take Rashford.
Ole. Besiktas. Ole won his first game.
Yeah, I should take him. Besiktas is
No,
not
no, but
ready to pay that kind of money,
Josh,
though.
seriously, if the window closes, there is no way back for Marcus Rashford because that
Even
means
now, with the
Spain,
window
nothing,
open,
Italy, nothing, and German, nothing.
yeah.
So it's sad, but I hope, and I pray that he gets. It would be very sad for him to stay on the bench, and we see the manager
I also
Amorim
hope that
doesn't care.
he finds United finds a solution because we need to get him off our books as soon as possible.
I
I
agree.
mean, it is going to be very difficult for Marcus Rashford to train with the first team if he stays at the club, because what will happen is soon enough we shall have to freeze him out of the club because we don't want him to extend his toxicity into the dressing room. And then that also hurts Man United because we are depreciating our asset, and it is very difficult for us to move him on.
Yo, Josh, by the way,
Have
unrelated.
you asked yourself why Man United, why teenagers are more inclined to joining Man United than staying at Arsenal?
No, please tell me why.
I think basically these kids see an opportunity at the project of Ineos at Manchester United, which is not the case at Arsenal. I believe that Mikel Arteta, since he came in at Arsenal, has maybe stagnated some of the youths coming through the academy. And it is only until Chido Obi Martin moved in the summer to Manchester United that Nwaneri and Lewis Kelly have been given an opportunity in the first team. But for the first 4 years that he was at the club, he did give I think Nwaneri made a debut at 15 years old, and that was the end of him. Yes, I think they were managing the kid, helping him develop and stuff. But we are at two different stages in the projects at the clubs. Arsenal looks like a club that is 1-2 players away from winning the title. So it is very difficult for a youngster to come and a breakthrough into the first team. Whereas Manchester United is the team that looks like if you are the right player at that time, you are the player who is going to be able to compete in the side. And it becomes very attractive for any youngster in England. So, I mean, if you're a good footballer and you're out there in England, just hop onto the wagon. I mean, Ineos is here. If you're under 18 and stuff like that, Manchester United is the place to be, because in 2028, we shall be winning the Premier League and you'll be part of it.
Jay United says the way he comes out and says, yeah, by the way, I read that Teddy Sheringham, he said the way and comes out and says, I'm ready for a new challenge is beyond me. Faggy would have booted him out the door, out of the door. That is correct.
I
That was
know.
wrong. He blinds,
Yeah.
yo, off. At least he should have first talked to, as a courtesy. There, no one is, is still at early stages. Yes, you're not doing well. It's not like they're saying things that are not factual. He has only had
And the
one
fact that
good season. That is
you know,
under Eric Ten Hag, the first season.
what actually shows that they are factual.
Yeah,
He has said nothing about what they have said about him.
nothing at all. Nothing at
And
all.
for me, I think that is the right thing to do, because unlike Jadon Sancho, who in his mind thought that he is the one who designs training regimens for Man United, and so he sets the standard for how well he has trained. So when a manager says he's not trained well, he can come out and say that he's training well. I mean, it is just being in over your head, because the standards are set by the manager at the club. He's the one who actually knows what he demands of you, what he expects of you. So if you're not giving him what he actually expects of you, then you cannot write back in a tweet and say that he's lying. I trained very well.
I just don't, by the way, Josh, unrelated breaking news. I
Yeah.
don't know if the pronunciation is correct. Niger, that Belgian, sorry, Raja
Yeah, Raja
Nainggolan.
Nainggolan.
Yeah, Raja Nainggolan has been arrested by Brussels police after allegedly being involved in an international drug trafficking network. He's currently under investigation in connection with the alleged import of cocaine from South America to Europe. Yo, he looks like a
Too,
drug lord, by the way.
too bad for him, though.
It's
Too
too
bad
bad,
for him.
man.
But I enjoyed the player. I enjoyed the
Me too.
player. He had
Roma,
a lot of
trauma.
heart. Yeah, at Roma. He had a lot of heart. He had some very good moments. So I enjoyed the player. But, life is life. I mean, he chose to do the things that he does. And I hope that he's not guilty. But like you've already pinned him, On the look of it, he looks like one of them. I
Well,
hope it's not true, and his family is safe and stuff like that. But
wish him
it's a
all the best.
difficult moment. It's a
But if he
difficult
did
moment
that,
for
that is
him and his
wrong.
family.
Drugs are bad. If he did that, that is very,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. It's
Josh,
the worst of all. They're killing a generation.
J United. Well, it looks like Patrick Dorgu deal is done. He's more likely to
Patrick
fly.
Dorgu.
He's more likely to fly to Manchester United tomorrow morning and have his medicals with, at Carrington. Yeah, that would be a good one. Who knows? Maybe he might feature. But I liked how Pep reacted. He was so desperate, tired of his players that Mamouche joined the team right away. Starting 11. The other was a big. I'm forgetting the name. Joined the team right away. Starting the game. So
Yeah, but you
that's
know,
a good reaction.
Mamush is a seasoned pro.
Dogo will sign a 5-year contract at Man United. His salary will be worth 1.6 per year and then 2.5 per year in the final year of his contract. Oh, yes, it looks like he's coming, Josh. He's coming home.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We do need him. We do need him. Yesterday, I was actually arguing with you because I didn't see how Patrick Dogo would be signed by Ineos for 40 million pounds. I didn't understand why you would sign a 21-year-old for 40 million pounds when you just signed an 18-year-old. But yeah, that's good. That's good. 30 million is just about right with all
Yeah.
add-ons included. And yeah, it's just about the right money for players in and around Europe. And United is United. I mean, it's not going to buy a player at the same fee Arsenal would pay.
I'm only worried about our attack. Yes, Sinan, you're right. Dog is already a United player. Looks like he's almost a United player. But I, I just I don't know what we are going to do with the forwards. It really worries me, Josh. It worries me.
That's
And
why. That's
Josh,
why
let me ask you something.
Ruben
Let me ask you
Amorim is
something.
looking
In the
with.
summer, which player would you have join United? Striker.
You know, that's dependent on very many things.
No, just seriously. You have your
Yeah, it
Correas.
is. We
No, I
don't
can
have
give you some
money.
names. No, I'm
No, I
saying
know
Josh in
the
the
names.
summer.
I know the players in
The
the
money.
summer.
Forget
Yes,
about the money. Forget about the rules and blah. Which player would you prefer to have at United?
Alexander Isak.
Me too. Me
I've
too.
liked the player for such a long time.
EPL
Oh,
proven and he's
Gyökeres.
killing it now. Gyökeres,
Yeah,
I don't know, but Isak, yes.
He's not the fittest of players. He often gets injured
I'm
every
just
now and
worried
then.
Arsenal might take him in the summer.
Why
Ziad, what
would
up? What
he?
up? What up? Talks for
Why would
Ganacha
he leave
slowed down over the
Newcastle for
weekend.
Arsenal?
Yeah, Ziad, that is true. I understand Napoli say they would not go past 42 million pounds. And
But you
besides,
see,
even
it
if
would
it
be
was
a good
50,
move for Garnacho to leave United.
what? No, Josh, you just don't like. Why, Josh? Give me a
No,
reason
in my
why.
opinion, I do think that it would be a very good move for both player and club, because I don't think that it will be a successful marriage.
No, I think he
I
will
don't
say,
see I don't
I'd
see
like
how
him to
Ganacho
stay.
is going to play as an inside 10. And if Ganacho is flying in a football club that plays direct football, and it plays wing forwards, and is the wing forward on the left, I mean, he can flourish. So if he thinks about his career and he looks at the system that Ruben Amorim is playing, I mean, he has to have a very, very strong mental strength to actually learn to play as an inside 10. Other than that, that marriage is just for right now, it's a marriage of convenience, but it shall
Zia,
end in
I like
divorce.
Zia.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm at work, bro. I'm just done here, though.
He says, if Josh is a businessman, I'm worried given the rest he said. But he's right, Josh. You never accept that Ten Hag as an issue. Never.
No,
Never. Rather, that was an issue.
I
No,
do,
Josh, you don't.
I
For now,
do.
you've
I
never
told
agreed
you.
that he had a hand in
I
getting
told
Rasmus Holland. You've never
no,
all those
that is not
players.
his problem. No, that one I can never agree because that's not his problem. It's like saying that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer paid 80 million for Harry Maguire. That was not Solskjaer's problem. Solskjaer needed a centre back. Maybe he identified Maguire as the centre back, but he didn't ask Mato and Arnold to go and or Ed Woodward and go and negotiate 80 million for the player. So for me, that is the part I don't agree with you. I may agree with you with a lot of things that Eric Ten Hag got wrong. That is, you can say he failed. He failed to get the best out of the players that he had. I mean, he insisted on playing a certain way. But for me, the second season on which I could judge Eric Ten Hag, to you, you judged him for having failed. To me, I never judged him at all because it was
Having
impossible
failed,
for
bringing
any
funny
manager.
players that
It was
cannot even
it
control
was
the ball.
impossible.
We got
It was
rid of Lukaku. Now we have the white version of Lukaku.
it
That
was
is Rasmus
impossible.
Højlund.
It was impossible for any football manager in the world to have success at Manchester United with more
Okay,
than
Josh.
14 players out,
No, Josh. I
with so
understand.
many
I
things that were
understand.
going wrong at the
A lot of
club.
things were going on. The selling, this and all that. The sick bay players all getting injured. Okay, agreed. But again, I'm talking about players like Casemiro. I'm talking about players like Tyrell last year.
Casemiro
I'm
panic
talking about
buy.
players like
The club bought Casemiro.
Rasmus Højlund. I'm talking about
Rasmus
players like
Højlund, the club bought Rasmus Højlund.
these guys he brought on. Rabat. I'm talking about players like Vegas. Onana.
Amrabat, Amrabat and Vegas, the club did not have a solution. Like Ruben Amorim right now does not have a solution for a striker, but he does need a striker. So if he is calculative and finds an option of a player who will cost almost nothing, and his wage bill is not going to be a problem for the club, then that guy can come in and maybe steady the ship until the summer. That is a situation with Amrabat and Vegas.
Drax is saying Vegas, not no, that's how it's pronounced. That's the way you see Wenger. Drax is fine. Well, Ziad says, I think if you insist on a player, regardless of the price, it is your fault. Because, for example, the alternative to Kane was Højlund. If Højlund was too expensive, they would have had a backup. So I blamed him. Me too. I agree with you.
Yes.
There are
Can I
very many
answer
players.
that? Can I answer
Casemiro.
that? Can I
Yep.
answer that? Eric Ten Hag wanted Harry Kane. Okay, Harry Kane was we were priced out of Harry Kane. We couldn't get Harry Kane, so we go the board actually this Eric Ten Hag said they chose to go for a younger player,
With his
potential.
consent.
First listen. They chose to go for potential, okay? Not a guy who is going to do it now. Because the club is looking at a commercial value, a 20-year-old Rasmus Højlund can give them in 5 years. So they went for Rasmus Højlund and paying 72 million. Ziad, let me
Oh
tell
my
you one
God.
thing.
Oh
At
my
these
God.
institutions in football, there's no way a manager can insist on a player if the club cannot afford the player. If they cannot afford the player, they will tell you, bruv, this is the guy that you do want, but he costs this much. We cannot have him. Give
Mason
us the
Mount.
options you have.
Mason Mount, Josh. Mason Mount.
Yeah, Mason Mount. I also blame the board for
Big,
Mason Mount. You
come
know
on,
why?
Josh.
You know why? They no, from the idea of Eric Ten Hag,
Really?
I did understand why Eric Ten Hag bought Mason Mount.
Isaiah Josh.
No, he intended to play with two advanced eights, a thing which would work very well if Mason Mount remained fit. So, what do? When Eric Ten Hag scouts Mason Mount, there's a team. There should be a team in the structure at United that informs the manager that you do want this player, but this is the health card of the player. This player has not been available for 2 seasons. This player has not, he last played his best football 2 seasons ago. This player, we cannot pay this amount of money for him because of ABCD. So because of that, the lack of those football people who were there at the time, Eric Ten Hag got away with the things that he did at the time because he
Well,
did think
Josh,
that it was
he's
the best decision
partly
for the club.
to blame because he had
Yeah, he is,
every
of
player
course.
that came on.
He had veto power. He had veto power at
Exactly.
Man
Actually, with
United
him,
at the time.
he had a lot of power at United. Amarim is just the head coach. And see, Sinan says Isaac Holland is not. No, he is finishing. Okay, he's not so bad finishing, but controlling ball control. It's like it's like he's wearing a 7 kg Timberland shoe, bro.
You see,
Come on, man.
Isaac,
That's why I
Isaac,
said he reminds me of Bongoli Lukaku.
Isaac, you know, we've bought all these young players, but the expectations that you do have are not for the young players that we have bought. At 21
At
years
what
old,
price?
first listen,
Okay,
at 21
got you.
years old, a
Mm,
guy like Rasmus Højlund is
mm.
still learning. So when the season comes and Eric Ten Hag advises the board that you'd rather buy Danny Welbeck, who is 31 years old, so you give room to the young boy to develop. And the board says, no, we go with Joshua Zagzi. Joshua Zagzi is 23, just 2 years older than Rasmus Højlund. There's no development curve there for Rasmus Højlund. I mean, we want the finished article. And when we bought the player, he was nothing close to the finished article. I think he
He
had
was
scored
so
about
poor.
8 or
I don't
11
mind,
goals
Josh. Do
at
you know
his
what
former
pains
club.
me? It's the amount of money that we paid for him. The same way it
That
is for
that is a fault of the
Mason Mount.
people that we did have at the club, and we are
Well,
correcting those wrongs.
that is correct. Well, Ten Hag should have said. That's why I also blame Ineos.
That don't pay that
That's why I
amount of
also blame
money.
Ineos. Ineos
Ten
had a
Hag is
chance
not.
to. Ineos had a chance to fire Ten Hag. They kept him around, extended the year. That is money being wasted. They took how many years, or rather, how many was it? 6 months, trying to get a sporting director, Dan Ashworth from Newcastle. All that time they put in for only for him to be fired. Now that is also money spent. That's why I'm saying I also blame Ineos because
Yeah, of course you can blame Ineos,
with
but
what's
for me,
happening right now,
I would
the
say,
only
would
thing
you
I give
rather?
them kudos is the players we are signing right now, young boys. I like that.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, would you rather have something broken because it costs so much? So, I mean, even if it's broken, let me just continue to have it. I mean, my watch doesn't work anymore, but it costs a bit of money, so I can keep
Well,
wearing it. Or you get rid of it and you get another watch. I mean, Dan Ashworth came in, but it's not what Ineos expected of him. I mean, he
yeah,
did suggest to have the Graham Potters and the Southgates, who would have maybe at the end of the day steadied the ship at United, and we would have done much better in the short term. But there was no plan for the long term because those are guys who are going to play. I mean, according to
well,
what the media has suggested.
Josh, let's first dive into the comment section. Ziad has answered because earlier on Sinan said Holland is good, and Ziad said Lukaku has a movement, rather has movement in the box, and he bullies defenders. Holland doesn't even do that. That is very, very correct. Very correct. And Isaac, if the team masters Amarim's playing style, you're gonna see how Holland. No, 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 he's not shining, bro. He's not shining. He's not going to
And
give
for
that
me,
same.
I thought
Don't be
Hoyland would
surprised if
actually.
Joshua Zaxi. I'm even surprised. It's now Joshua Zaxi turning out to be a little bit better.
I thought
Matches we did,
Hoyland, I thought
we played
Hoyland
so
would
poorly
actually
against
play
Fulham.
very well under
Me
Amorim
too.
because
Me too.
he kind of possesses some attributes that Gyökeres has. He's a big guy. He's a brute
Oh, Holland is
player.
not a big guy.
He's a big guy. He's a big guy.
No.
I mean, for a striker, he's a guy who should be using his
Ho-
body much more. But
Holland
I
was
mean,
chosen by Ten Hag. Holland switched to Ten Hag's agency, which is a thanks for the information. Josh, that's another one for you. You see, Josh,
yeah,
I
yeah,
keep
yeah,
telling
yeah,
you,
yeah.
Holland is
No,
still
no,
had
no,
Ten
no,
Hag
no.
all over it.
Anyhow, so Ten Hag got 72 million.
No, of course. Josh and Ten Hag or Vet host.
Yo, Fadley, what up, bro?
Nick Fadley,
What
what
up,
up,
bro?
what up,
What
what
up,
up?
bro?
Then Hag list option Ken Holland, Moani Ramos. Either way, at one point,
I
who
would
was
have
talking about
rather all of
Colomwani?
them, Ken or Ramos.
He scored Josh in
Hoyland
Italy
and Mwani,
For
nothing.
Juventus. Colomwani, the
Yeah,
man
yeah,
that
yeah,
is
yeah. It's okay. I mean, Martial has 5 goals in the Greek league,
Ireland is
and
isolated,
some
just like
guys think
Iceland.
even
Greenland
Sancho
are
has two
isolated.
goals at Chelsea, but some guys are saying he's playing the best football of his life.
Josh, that's the second person talking about your tie. Of course, it's a nice tie, Josh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's streaming from work today. Isaac, I remember you say Joshua Zaxi. I remember you to say Zaxi isn't good, but right now he's hurting
Isaac is
players with
like
his
that.
crazy
You
dribbles.
wait.
Ask
Is
Saliba.
is he a, is he a,
Ah, he's saying he's
is it
hurting players with his crazy dribble. Ask Saliba. Yo, who was it? Saliba and who? Yo, he sent them to the
have?
cleaners.
I think 3 of them and Jorginho. But you see, Isaac is like that. He's here waxing lyrical about Ayden Heaven, but the moment that things go south is going to be with the first guy with the banner of like, man, kill this guy, just get him out of here.
No, but Josh, seriously, it's sad that Rasmus Holland is not doing so well.
But
It's really
Ziad
sad.
had, yeah, I think it was you or Nick who had a roller on their list of
Josh,
potential replacements.
it needs no, he needs to be sold even just
No, he
like
needs a
Anthony.
loan. He
Josh,
needs
let
a
me ask you
loan.
something.
Yeah.
Why isn't any team monitoring or scouting or even talking about Morgan Rogers, the one that plays for Aston Villa?
I
I would
already
have that
scouted him
team.
for
I
United.
would have that
He's
team
the
join. Rather, I would
perfect
have that.
midfielder
Thank
for
you.
United.
I would have him join Man United right away. I
Yeah,
don't know how we,
maybe because we don't have the money to do it. It's a club like Man City that can come and pay
but
70 million
but
for
I'm
his
saying, Josh, no
services.
one is talking about him.
Yes, he has just signed for Aston Villa on a long contract, and it is very difficult unless you have the money to force that move. So you look for other options if
Ugarte
you are a club
had just signed last season, if I'm not mistaken.
but the club wanted him out.
But
You
anyway,
see,
okay, it's okay. They can want, but no one is talking about him.
he's just
Man,
signed for Aston Villa. He's
I
very
understand Man
expensive.
City has a buyback clause.
He's
I don't know what.
no, they would have activated it, bro. They don't.
No, really?
Yeah, he didn't leave Man City for Aston Villa. No.
Oh, he left it for some another team, and then
Yeah,
Villa got
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Man, he's an incredible player. I hope he gets a call. I hope he starts for England.
He's
He's an
he's an
incredible player.
he's an incredible player. I mean, if United was playing Morgan Rogers and Ugarte in that midfield, we would be game.
No, no, Sinan, no, Sinan. He's still young and new in the league. No, Sinan. That is not correct.
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
not
yeah,
agree
yeah.
with that.
That's true. But it's
I do not
true.
agree.
It's factual, though.
Adieri, forget about Amanda. She'll never come back.
Adyen and Amanda.
Joshua Zagzi ended Saliba's career. That's what I can see.
Yeah.
That was brutal what he did. That's very, very brutal. Yeah, Sports Jazz guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Yeah,
We're
Josh in the
still
office
here.
today.
Patrick Dorgu in the house.
Let me check. J United said we should wait. We should stream until Dog is in the building. Let me
And J
check.
United has run away.
I know he left us on. Yo, Pogba's representatives have approached a number of clubs in the Premier League, including Man United. Oh, come on. Give me a break. I don't want that name. I don't let him take his highness stuff that side. They
No,
buried
but
highness. I don't want no,
don't
Joe.
you think he would be a player like Morgan Rogers?
No,
He
not
would.
at all. Have
He
you
would
seen
play
what
very well.
Chido Obi Martinez tweeted? Or was it via TikTok? Calling who? Ayden
Heaven.
Heaven. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
It's a
But
wrap,
how
yeah.
does a team that is performing so poorly, like Man United, take away two young prospects from your academy, Josh? I'm trying
Because
to.
those kids, I've just explained to you, in my opinion, I think those kids see themselves a part of the project at United, whereas they don't see how they will be part of the project at Arsenal.
It doesn't make sense to me, honestly, for a team like Man United doing very to get players from a team like Arsenal that is doing so well right now. Yeah, but well is in quotes because they haven't won shit. But yeah, they're doing so well, and they snatch all these cards, rather all these kids. Chida Obi Martin is firing goals, Josh, in the under 19, under 20. He's firing. Actually, he first played in the under 19. No, was it 18? Scored very many goals. 19. Now he's in the under 21, I think. That's why I
Yeah,
also
but
read somewhere
the
is being
under
integrated
21,
into the first team.
the under 21 doesn't look like a good tier in those groupings of that football. It more appears like for reserve games, sorry, reserve players and players coming back from injuries and stuff like that.
Senan is putting up a fight. He's not going down easily. So you cannot compare Lukaku to Hoyland because Lukaku was in the league for almost 15 years. Hoyland has just joined. See, the thing is, Sinan, football back then and now is quite different, Josh. Back then, you look at Ferguson, or even any other managers, teams were patient. They would let you even lose up to 15 matches. That's if you're a manager. If you're a player, they would even. Do you remember Benteke, Josh? There is no way Benteke.
Ben
Could,
10.
he, he stayed in Crystal Palace for how long? 3 or 2 seasons.
He was at
Right now,
Liverpool, was at Palace, he was.
right now, there is no way he would have lasted for it. Look at Marcus Rashford, and he's done what he's done. Of course, he's not in that
8 years.
legendary status, but people are washing him out. So it's a bit different. But yeah, I don't think
But Royland
Hoyland
is
cuts
young.
it. He's young. That's correct. I don't think he cuts it. But yeah, you never know. He could really. I've seen players, Vinicius Junior, very many by the way players that start poorly. Then when they enter their 20s or 20 something, they start scoring goals. Okay, 23, rather 24, 25, they start really scoring goals. So you never know. He might turn out to be that player, but unfortunately, we don't have the luxury. We don't have that time, Josh. We need players that are going to be firing right away. We don't have time to wait. Sinan says because United is the way, light, and the truth to success. That's why Arsenal players are leaving. Academy players are leaving. Uh, Still news: Man United will listen to loan offers for Casemiro before Monday's transfer deadline. I don't know why Casemiro is still at the club. I like him though, but I think his time is done.
Yeah, his time is done. The manager doesn't trust him. He never did. He
He never
played him
did.
in that Everton game, the 4-0, and you could clearly see Casemiro didn't know exactly what the manager wanted him to do, whether to
Yeah,
move forward, whether to press, whether he's not played him. He's even played Ericsson, but he's not played Casemiro once.
he's not coming through. Sports Jazz guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Man, this is a long stream. This has been a very, 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 very long stream. We're hoping Patrick Dorgu would be signed. I mean, but from what I understand, he's flying in tomorrow. Once again, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Thank you so much, whoever's been in the comment section. Ziad, shout outs to you, brother. Respect. Adieri, Sinan, you too. Shout outs to you, brother. Nick, as always. J United. J United said we should stay on, but again, he left us. He took off. J
No,
United, as always. Noel. Noel is new. I don't know. I think it's the first time I've seen Noel. Yeah, Evith,
yeah, and
then
Fred Kaiser.
Kaiser, then Peace. Everyone that was in the comment section, shout outs to you. Yep. Catch you tomorrow. Take care. Sports
Cheers,
Jazz.
man.
Glory, glory, Man United. Oh, and Kaiser.
GGMU. Ayden